Welcome, everybody! A warm welcome from myself and Rocket the dog. He says hi to everyone, all his fans out there. He's ready for his coming out party. He's ready to be an internet sensation. And I am also ready for him to make my channel an internet sensation. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, see, Rocket, people in the chat, they're already excited about you. They're already excited to have you with us today. We're going to be talking about communication. It's a pretty broad topic, but it's one of the most important things we do as people. Rocket, do you have anything you want to communicate to the people before you say goodbye? Maybe? Yes? No? A little bit of conversation about the importance of. Oh, he's back. Okay, but if you bring your ball, I'll throw it for you. People can watch you kind of play fetch. No, this isn't great content. This isn't great content. Did not expect this to be this much of a distraction. But communication is our conversation topic for this week, specifically because that's such a broad topic. We're going to be talking about one subset of communication, which is defining your terms. And apparently we're featuring Rocket's butt in stream too. So just all sorts of fun things we have for you today on stream. It's actually really easy to think that when we use a word or a phrase, everyone knows what we mean when we say it. But the crazy thing about language is it's actually a lot more complicated than that. And when we talk, words can mean a plethora of things in different contexts. We're going to talk about principles for communication and defining your terms. The first thing, kind of like what I've been talking about, is just be conscious that words have meaning, right? Words have meaning. But depending on your cultural background, your geographic background, where you grew up, what kind of family you grew up in, all the different contexts, words can have different meanings. I'll demonstrate my point by sharing a story. And so they told this story of very early on in their marriage. They were saying one of the things that the wife noticed was like when after her husband took a shower, he would always leave the shower curtain crunched up like in the corner of the shower. And that always kind of like grossed her out. Understandable. And so she would ask her new husband, like, hey, after you take a shower, can you just go ahead and close the shower curtain? Her husband was like, yeah, no problem. Absolutely. Easy peasy. This goes on for a while, and eventually it erupts into a big fight because it's never getting done. The shower curtain's always remaining like crunched up in the corner there. And wife is like, what's wrong? Like, do you hate me? What is happening? Why aren't you closing the shower curtain? And husband is like, what are you talking about? I close the shower curtain every time I take a shower. And the wife's like, what? What are you even talking about? And he's like, yeah, I close it. I take it and I bunch it up and I close it up all together in the corner like you asked me to. And she's just looks at him and goes, that's what you think closing the shower curtain is? That's what you think I meant by that? Now, I'll say this. I'm fully with the wife in this situation. I think it's not the norm to think that closing the shower curtain means like bunching it up in the corner and like that's like closing it. But that's kind of the point of the story. She thought one thing, he thought another thing, and there were maybe some signs that there were cross wires, but they didn't address them. It's an important thing to remember, to be conscientious of situations where clarification of communication might be necessary. Another principle that's good is giving the other people the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes we use vague language to describe our thoughts on a topic. Vague language can lead to multiple interpretations. I find one of the best rules of thumb for this is give people the benefit of the doubt. If there's potential for offense, generally speaking, we want to give other people the benefit of the doubt and give them a generous courtesy in understanding what they might mean when what they're saying might have multiple interpretations. Because I think, well, that's the way we'd want to be understood as well. And I think it gives us the right posture when we're approaching other people. That's what leads to most constructive conversations. And if we do end up having to get into the nitty-gritty, and maybe it's the opposite, then at the very least we can come at it from a place where we wanted to see the good in them, and maybe that wasn't there, but that is a better place to start a conversation than the other way. Like coming at it from like attacking and assuming the worst about a person. That's not a good way to start a conversation, and that doesn't allow us to communicate well or make good progress in understanding each other. But then when it's important, do the defining. We want to take things to the next level, and actually talk about things that matter. We have to actually know what we think about deep topics. We have to know what we think about politics. We have to know what we think about ethics and morals. And if you're going to do that, you need to actually do the defining. I'm surprised at how difficult I find it giving a definition or like a really like deep explanation for something when I'm like pushed on it a little bit. When I can't use like the exact words that work in my head, but I actually have to explain it to another person. But it's necessary for having real conversation. And it helps us really know what we think. Like, oh, I hadn't actually, like, that person pushed me to take the extra few steps to actually then understand what I really thought. Like, my brain hadn't quite, like, turned those last few rotations on the topic. I hadn't thought about it in that way. So then the last thing. So we're doing the defining. And maybe this is I had this listed as a fourth principle. Maybe this is almost like a sub principle of sort of like doing the defining and kind of figuring out what you think about things. We need to be okay claiming that some definitions are right and some are wrong. I'm going to quote C.S. Lewis because he has a really good illustrative example using a somewhat trivial word, but I think it gets this point. It gets this point across well. C.S. Lewis has this to say about the word gentleman. The word gentleman originally meant something recognizable, one who had a coat of arms and some landed property. When you called someone a gentleman, you were not paying him a compliment, but merely stating a fact. If you said he was not a gentleman, you were not insulting him, but giving information. But then people came along who said, but surely the important thing about a gentleman is not the coat of arms or the land, but the behavior. Surely he is the true gentleman who behaves as a gentleman should. They meant well. To be honorable and courteous and brave is, of course, a far better thing than to have a coat of arms. But it is not the same thing. Worse still, it is not the same thing that everyone will agree about. To call a man a gentleman, in this new refined sense, becomes in fact not a way of giving information about him, but a way of praising him. When a word ceases to be a term of description and merely a term of praise, it no longer tells you a fact about the object, but about the speaker's view of the object. A gentleman, once it has been spiritualized and refined out of its old coarse objective sense, hardly means more than a man that the speaker likes. As a result, gentleman is now a useless word. It is a question of using words so that we can all understand what is being said. Words are really, really important. Pay attention to when people have conversations, and I guarantee you will find moments where they're using the same word, but they do not mean the same thing. And sometimes we need to debate the merits of those words. Sometimes we need to recognize that when we say something in sort of like a cultural debate or context, we need to have some ground rules about the discussion that we're having. I hope that was meaningful. Cheers, everybody. We're gonna get into a clear obscure here, but I'm glad, SK Hurdy, that the conversation was helpful. I always love talking about stuff like that. Go here, scroll, audio. Okay. All right, chat. Can we hear sad music? It looks like you can. Oh, dang. This is incredible. Look at this. Ugh. I freaking love the art in this game. These people look sick. Also very dangerous. Very dangerous indeed.
I'll do it.
What? What? What?
I'll do it.
Okay, kind of awesome. I feel like we're really hitting stride with the game. Like, not like we're necessarily getting better, although we're sure getting better. But I feel like or like the game's hitting its stride, if that makes sense.
Take this. I'm ready.
Please survive.
Ready to evade.
This will hurt. Take down that shield.
Getting the hang of it.
Lady Luck's not today.
Sweet.
Take this.
Get out of here.
Ready to evade.
Not gonna do much, but oh.
Danger.
Ooh, that thing hurts. Let's see what you got. Oh, you know what I should have done? Oh. Okay.
Let the ink flow.
Is it progressively going to get more dangerous? Yes, it is. Love that. Wait, what?
Storm is coming.
Oh, okay. Well, we need to do as much damage as we can. Oh, I bet I know what it is. It's protecting it. Okay. Okay. So he takes majorly less damage. Okay, so he should be gone. Oh, not quite.
It's flowing.
Now though. Okay, Luna goes twice. So okay. Okay. Just had to figure out the mechanic. No problems, no problems. We'll have to incorporate karaoke into the stream. I did do karaoke this past weekend, kind of. I just kind of sneak by you here? How do you feel about that?
Useful.
Whatever. Let's try it.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Womp.
Ready to evade.
We survived one attack. Okay. Dang it.
Time to hit big. Blitz and precision.
It's locked on you.
Okay. Okay, no, I think we got this.
And yeah.
No, I don't think it's worth
Precise strike.
it. Ooh. Now that is it's the manor or whatever. Sounds like we're gonna fight a boss. Oh, this is so cool. Also super friggin' ominous. This is so cool. Ooh. He has so many hands. And tentacles? No. No. He looks very similar to the hand monster we fought, but he's not quite the same. He is the Lamp Master.
I'll do it.
It's hard to. Oh, that's a sword on it. Oh my goodness gracious.
Look out! A storm is coming.
Okay. Okay.
Take your shot. Full dash.
Hurt.
We're living on the edge a little bit. Okay.
Swiftly now.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. We're not. I lied.
What's happening?
Misfortune.
Second boss form.
It's locked on you.
Oh, no more revives. Okay. Oh, that's gonna be problematic. Oh no. Well.
Overflowing with energy.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
I'm ready.
You, on the other hand.
Strike.
Let's friggin' go! Ooh. Okay.
Well, like I always say, it's not about the rock. It's more about...
Gustav.
Run.
Oh my. Oh! Huh. I'll fight him with my ridiculous gestural items. That's the biggest sword in the world!
But this is a kindness, not a cruelty.
He's Dr. Stranged her.
Think about that later. All the backups were destroyed by that man, but Expedition 32 will bring more. Their chances
bud.
will be better.
Are you
I need to
back?
prepare them. I should update our journals. Hey.
Come over here. Come over here.
It's okay.
Oh, look who's back, everyone, to finish the stream. Can we trust Verso? Find out, I suppose, next time. Maybe not next time, but like soon. We're gonna come back next time and we're gonna pick up from that landmark finish. That's crazy. Pour one out for Gustav, team. Do we think he's really dead? Do we think he's really dead? I suppose we'll find out next time. Not next time, but maybe sometime soon. No, there's no trauma in this story, Rocket. No trauma at all. There's much trauma. And that was a really bummer ending. That was a bummer ending, but we're going to persevere for Gustav. We're going to keep going, and we're going to kill the paintress. Maybe. I still have questions. I still have questions on so many things, but that's why I play the game. I want to thank you for Rocket for making multiple appearances as the stream mascot. Yes. He was such a good boy. And we'll see everyone next week. We'll be here, same time, same place. Hope to have you all with us. Go out there and live like you matter this week, because you do. We'll see you next time.